What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. I got a guy on that you might have seen, you might not have seen, but you definitely got to go check out his channel. We'll put his information in the links. GP the Beast, done a bunch of time in the state in California, in the feds. But you know what I always say, he can tell his story better than I can. GP, tell the people who you are, man. Let's get into it.
Man, what's going on? It's your boy GP the Beast, man. Sacramento, Macamento. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in the building. You know, I done a lot of time, been a lot of places, you know, then made a lot of big moves on the street. You know, it's a pleasure to be on the show. And yeah, and I'm looking forward to talking to y'all, man.
So I know that, you know, you got your channel popping and all that. You've done a bunch of time. Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Sacramento. You know what I mean? I grew up in, you know, I was born in CB Circle. Then we moved to Oak Park. And when I got about, you know, I'm talking about, I went to Oak Ridge, I went to Fruit Ridge Elementary, then we ended up moving to Del Paso Heights.
What's life like for you, man, when you're a youngster in California?
When you're a youngster in Sacramento, California is a big place, so it could be different. It's different in different places. When you're in Sacramento, life is like, for me, born very poor, very broke, you know what I'm saying? But I got some in me that don't want to be poor. I got some in me that don't want to be broke. You know what I mean? At one time, I felt like, you know, why I wasn't born white, because I felt like white people was born rich and wealthy. You know, when I went over.
Hey, hold up. I got to stop you, man. Not all white people are rich. You hear me?
Not all white people are rich and wealthy, but that was my thought process at that time as a child. You feel me? At one time, I thought that people didn't die in my family until my brother got killed. So, you know what I mean? My thoughts changed as I grew.
So you thought that all white people were rich, man, and you wanted to have a better life, and you thought white folks were having a better life.
I really did. I wondered, why was I born poor? And I wondered, why was I born black? Until my thought process started to change. I started realizing I'm born because of who I am. But just because I was born poor don't mean I got to stay poor. I'll start thinking maybe I got to be the one to change the narrative in my family. Maybe I got to be the one to make us rich. And then every child that be born after that could be born into wealth.
Was your father in the house?
No, he wasn't.
What did your mother do? I mean, was she working? Tell me what it was.
My mother was struggling. She was black. She was poor. She had 6 kids, but she wanted a better life. So she started going to school. We was on welfare. You know, all we used to get was the generic products, but we never starved. She always made sure it was food in the house. She ended up going to college and ended up getting her degree and ended up becoming a state worker and ended up purchasing houses. And before my mother passed away, I believe she got 5 houses.
That's what's up. She was looking for a better life, and she made it happen. It always comes from within. Either you want it or you don't, right?
That part. And I wanted it more. I wanted it more than her. And of course, I wanted more than her. But I seen a different direction in her. She took the right path. I took the wrong path because I looked up to pimps and drug dealers. And I'm like, ooh, I want to be like that. Ooh, I want a car like that. I want to be able to buy my sister a bike like that. I want to bring us food in the house like that. So, you know what I mean? It took me on a different road.
Let me ask you this, right? How old are you now?
I'm 57.
57 years old. So, you know, a lot of people seen, I know even as, you know, I was a kid back then, I was watching, like, what was it, South Central, and I'm thinking, man, these gangs in California are off the chain, right? So what was your life like in that neighborhood? Did you have to gang up?
Oh yeah, you know, but first I became a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be somebody, so I started getting money. And I didn't realize that I was actually a short person. My family is short. If you look at Mozzie, you can see we short. So I didn't realize that. But when I started getting money, I realized that people seen that I was a short person and they could try to take what I wanted. So immediately I had to start beasting up because my mindset told me, if I let one person take anything from me or short me on anything, everybody is going to try me and my career will be over. Although it wasn't a real career, I looked at it as a career at that time.
So eventually you end up becoming what, a blood over there?
I ended up becoming a blood because at that time of me being in the life of being a gang member, you know what I'm saying? We started seeing Crips, from LA. We started seeing that on the news. And some LA Crips actually came to our city, like they was going to other cities, and they was coming to our city to try to take over. And since then they had the drugs, they had the rocks, they was tapped in. We was like a nobody city. So they was coming in to do their thing. Since they was Crips, first we embraced them. It was good. They were showing us love. I was utilizing it. Ooh, y'all giving love. I could use that and come up. And we start coming up. But then they started to want to have sex with our females. They started bringing more homies. And so we was like, you know what? They Crips, nigga, we going to be Bloods. And we tripping on them right now. You know what I'm talking about? So we had to reverse it and start the friends that became friends end up becoming the enemies. And it came to shootouts and tripping and knocking niggas out and all kind of that. So that's how we became Bloods. We're going to be Bloods then.
And that street life, man. What's one of the worst things you ever seen, man? When you're out there, you're a gang member, you're in California. What's the worst thing you've seen out there?
The worst thing I've seen so many things. It's really not no worst thing to me. I've seen it all. But what hurts me the most is when I see a child get killed. When I see a child get shot, killed, or just caught up in the gunfire, caught up in the rapture, and I see her cry and I see her pain. That's what hurts me the most.
And I know you eventually you end up going to California State Prison, pretty much racially segregated over there, right?
Yes.
What's the longest stretch you do in California without going home?
Seemed like my longest stretches be 10 years. I think the one I just got off of was my longest stretch. I think I did 11 years. You know what I mean? That's the longest stretch straight. I didn't have sentences on that last sentence. It was 17 years and 3 months. I end up doing about 11. And, a few laws changed. I got myself into college. I took like 22 classes of college, got 2 years knocked off. So that was my longest stretch.
California State Prison, Bloods, Crips. I mean, what's that like over there?
Well, it's normalized for us. We grew up in it, but it's crazy. It's structure. It's blood. It's Crip. But I'm from Sacramento. In Sacramento, it's like we a city of Bloods. It started a domino effect. So we became Bloods. But through California, I go to LA. I mess with LA. I got niggas in LA. LA is majority Crips, but it's Bloods out there too. It's basically at one time it was hands on. You know what I mean? On site. You see a Blood and Crip, you tripping. You know what I mean? And you got people that live that life and it's really embedded in them, and that's all they do. All they do is kill the opposition. They don't want no car, they don't want no money, they want the best gun, they want bullets, and they want to be able to go slide. You know what I mean? They just get all they need to do is use a car. It ain't like back in the day, like when I grew up, I used to want money. I used to want clothes and cars and food. I used to, look at my car on rims and be like, okay, I'm becoming somebody. Nah, they ain't like that. They like, bro, let me get that Draco. Is it brand new? Is it in a box? Let me get that clip. You got a couple more? Okay, I'm the man now. Now I'm finna go murk some. I'm finna go kill some. So, that's how it is. They tripping. You can't go in every store around here. You can't leave your radius. You got to stay in your little 4-block radius. You better go to that liquor store, that gas station, that bank. If you go to the bank, that grocery store, don't go outside your radius because you will get killed.
About a year ago, I went down to LA. I was on Figueroa Street. I went down there at night. I was interviewing some of the chicks that are out there, night and women of the night. But one of the chicks told me, said, no, don't get out of the car. You're white. Don't get out of the car over here. And she pretty much told me that was like the Crips were controlling the whole prostitution thing over there. And I ended up getting out of the car and I interviewed the chicks and all that. You think I was in danger down there and didn't realize it?
You was in danger, but it's like people feed off your aura. See, you doing what you doing because you doing what your body is used to, what you're accustomed to. When you see something, you seeing money, you seeing footage, you like, this is your job. I'm finna go do that. You know, they got a different mindset. They in the hood, they live there every day. You're abnormal. You're not the normal, bro. They know how they tripping. You was not safe, but you was doing what you felt. And usually, you know, the universe will work with you on the level of who you are. You're not a threat to them. Now they could have came over there and start tripping, but immediately they threat level would have dropped once they felt your vibe and your aura. You know what I'm saying? Certain people can go anywhere they want in the world. Like me, I tell myself, I'm not going to restrict myself by saying I can't go to that store or I can't go to that hood or I can't get gas right there. Now, it might be somebody in the car to say, bro, nah, bro, we can't get gas right here. Now, for their safety, I might not take them there, but I'm going.
I hear you. I'm like that now. Where I'm even in my city. You know, things are different. I was gone for 20 years, but things are different. You know, I did a video and I talked about some of the most dangerous gangs in the federal prison system. And at the top of my list, I said that I felt that the Mexican mafia, the Serranos, right? Southern California dudes were the most dangerous because their numbers were all the way up and they pretty much had a no hand policy, man. If the shot call, if the big homie says, yo, get the warden, them dudes are getting the warden, right? How about in California? We'll get to the feds in a minute, but in California, who do you think is the most strongest or dangerous gang in the California prison system?
I'm going to say hands down, bro. I ain't even going to play, bro. The Southsiders go crazy. You feel me? When it come to that state prison, we go crazy. We gonna match any level or anybody. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the state prison, it's definitely the blacks and the Southsiders. But the Southsiders are retarded crazy because they structure is based on a whole different level. It's like they create slaves. You know what I'm talking about? They actually force a person to do things that they would not normally do. They have no choice because it's either you do what I say or we gonna kill you. So of course you're gonna create a machine that has, that has no no level of stop of, you know what I mean? Because I have no choice. So when you create a machine where a person has no choice, then it's gonna be that much deadlier. Blacks, we don't force our people to do that like that. You know, you have a choice. You know what I'm saying? You have a choice to rock, to roll, to be hard, to be soft, to be boosie, to, you know what I mean, to be whoever you want to be. But whatever you is, we gonna put you in that level. That's your category. If you boosie, bruh. If you soft, you soft. But don't worry about it. You got niggas like me, we gonna front line it. You know what I'm saying? And all it take, what I've noticed about prison, all it take is three real niggas. Three real niggas gonna make it go crazy. Really, all it take is one.
So now eventually you end up going to the feds, right? You said 17 years. What do you go to the feds for?
I go to the feds because I'm a drug dealer. I'm selling crack. So I go to the feds. I go to trial. They try to give me 20 years. I end up getting 10 years. I end up going up in there getting doing 9 years, 4 months. I lost every day of my credit. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the feds, it was nobody in there that I knew. I was the first and only nigga I knew up in there from Sacramento. I met two OGs the first day, I think, or the second day. They brought me a few little condiments, some items. I never seen them niggas no more. You know, if I did, I seen them in passing, but they didn't become a part of my world. They looked at me, they was like, this young nigga is crazy. Even though I wasn't crazy at the time, I was scared to death. It's the first time ever being in prison, but I became crazy and I became a beast. And I had to, because them niggas was trying to test me.
Some of the federal prisons that you end up in later on in life, you just came home from the feds, right?
Now I just came home from the state.
Just came home from the state. So I really want to talk a little bit about the feds too, right? And we'll get back to the state. What was your first federal prison?
Lompoc USP. They made a mistake. I had never been in trouble a day in my life. I end up going to trial, I get 10 years for 10 grams of crack. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the bus with two other niggas. You know, one of my niggas named Clarence, you know what I'm saying, and my other OG nigga. They get dropped off at TI, Terminal Island. I'm like, why? This why I ain't getting dropped off. They like, this ain't your stop. I'm like, how's that? I'm just like them niggas. I ain't never been in trouble. I got 10 years. They like, bro, you going to Lompoc USP. They have made a mistake. They sent me to the USP. So I'm coming in there. It's a dungeon. It's black, it's dark, it's scary. They asking me, am I Cuban? I'm like, why you keep asking me, am I Cuban? Because my name's Gennaro. I don't know nothing about the Cubans in the feds. I don't know that the Cubans, feds take the Cubans and they keep them there damn near forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tripping. But anyway, we get over that. Next thing you know, I'm in the feds. I go through the door. I'm in a whole new world. Ain't never seen a nigga in there that I knew from the past or none of that. They took me from my past where I had became a boss in the streets, a gang member, a murderer, and had my reputation all the way up here. And they threw me in a whole new world where I had to start all over again. It wasn't one person in there that said, "Nah, that's GP." Everybody in there was like, "Don't know him, never seen him, ain't never heard of him." So I had to create my whole new reputation all over again, not knowing that that's what I had to do, but that's what I did.
You said you were young, you were wild, and you did some things. What did you have to do in there?
Stab niggas, knock niggas out, check niggas, knock the police out. You know what I mean? I got so many stories. When I first came in there, I'm talking to an OG. He blow with me. He like, so where you from? I'm like, I'm from Sacramento. I'm like, yeah, I don't know nobody in there from Sacramento. And he like, well, what is you? He like, you a blood, a crip? I'm like, yeah, I'm a blood. He like, oh yeah, okay, well, there go your people right there. We in the chow hall. We in the line. We didn't walk from the building to the line. He the only nigga that I done met up in there to start talking to me. He said, there go your people right there. I look, I got excited. And shit, I look, I'm like, I don't know none of them. He like, you a blood, right? I'm like, yeah. He like, well, that's your people. Go let them know who you is, bro. They're going to take you in. It's good. I go over there. I let them niggas know. I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, what's up? I'm like, y'all bloods? He like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, I'm GP. I'm out of Sacramento. I'm a blood. What's happening? They like, okay, so what's up? I'm like, what's up? Y'all bloods, right? He like, yeah. I'm like, what's happening? But y'all ain't messing with me? What? They like, bro, we don't know you, bro. Shine me off. I was a nobody because I was from Sacramento. They like, bro, if it ain't LA, it ain't nothing. Y'all hella boozy, never heard of you. We not rocking with you.
What's that like? I mean, that was back at, man, what year was this?
This was I went to the feds in 1989.
So, I mean, it was probably a little different back then.
It was way different. I was the first nigga to put Sacramento on the map up in the feds. I was the first nigga to make them niggas respect me and start looking at Sacramento like it might be a little bit different. The same night I seen one of the niggas in there that was at the table. You know what I'm saying? Bruh did, he probably seen something about me and he pushed up. We happened to meet each other somewhere in passing. And bruh said, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He like, what's your name again? I said, GP. He like, okay, I'm Mad Ice. He like, you smoke? I'm like, what, weed? He like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I smoke weed. Nigga went blue with me. We chopping it up. I guess he started to gravitate toward me. We walk out the room, we on the hallway, we see a Crip hella big. Blood, look at the Crip. He like, what's up, blood? And the Crip like, what? What's up, cuz? He like, what, nigga? And the Crip like, bro, it's good. I ain't even tripping. He like, yeah, nigga, you bet not be tripping, nigga. And the Crip nigga was like, niggas always tripping. Nigga like, what? And he stole on him. But when he stole on him, the Crip kind of lightweight, kind of trying to regain his balance, but he's so big, for somehow he ended up coming forward. And he come forward and he grabbed bruh. Bruh hella cut up and slim and cut up and he raw, but the Crip nigga just big and he fall on the nigga. And when he fall on him, he got him on the ground. But the cold thing about it, they tussling, they tripping. And I'm like, bruh, I don't know this nigga, but I know the nigga of blood. I just told you I just met the nigga. But the Crip nigga on him, and I'm like, damn, blood losing. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, get up off of him. But the LA nigga looking at me like, hey, nigga, GP nigga, don't get in my business, nigga. But he on the ground. I'm like, bro, what do you mean don't get? I'm confused. I'm confused. The first time in the feds, first time locked up, I'm around these niggas. I'm like, bro, I don't move like this. What am I doing? So I'm trying to not do nothing, but the nigga can't get off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this nigga tripping. And I'm like, nigga, I said, get off of me, blood. Nigga, and the nigga said, nigga, the nigga like, nigga, what I tell you, bruh, oh my, nigga, don't get in my business. I'm like, this nigga's tripping. I'm confused. I'm from Sacramento. Sacramento, nigga, we not finna let a nigga whoop on no blood. None of that, nigga. Never. This nigga's not gonna happen. So I try to ignore it. I can't help it. Nigga, I walk up to him, bow, give me one. B, he jump up. Hey, man. I'm like, okay, now go on and get him, bro. Go on and get him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever you tripping on when you get done, nigga, we'll handle that. But go on and get him.
You you don't stay on the kid. You just hit him one time and let your
I
own.
just hit him. I just hit him to get him off of him. When I hit him, he jump up. You know, like, whoa, hold on. You know what I mean? And bruh get up. I don't know these niggas. This nigga from LA. This nigga telling me not to get in this business. So I give him the opportunity to pretty much, I just want to make it back fair again. You know what I'm saying? And he handled his business. But after that, they start talking. They like, yeah, the little nigga from Sacramento, bro, that nigga got a heart and everything. He ain't, that nigga's not tripping. That nigga's tripping, bro. You know, he on some different level shit. You know what I mean? And they start slowly tapping in. You know what I mean?
So then what? Now you're part of you guys kind of got like a little brotherhood and they respect you now or no?
Nah, they still tripping because this niggas is different cliques. It's niggas from LA, it's niggas from Compton, it's niggas from San Diego, you know, and niggas ain't just letting it be easy. You know, they like, nigga, so what? Nigga, it's niggas from Dago like, nigga, nah, we ain't messing with bruh. Bruh be tripping, bruh, on some other shit. So I seen niggas getting money and making plays and smoking weed. So I've always been a hustler. It's in me. For some reason, I figure stuff out. So I'm like, niggas ain't messing with me. Niggas don't smoke with me or none of that. Ain't treat me like I'm one of them. Okay, nigga, let me get this money. I figure out how to get some money. Now my females have left me. I'm a bandit. I ain't got nothing. I'm broke. You feel me? But I'm peeping game. I got a little bit of money. I got a little $100, $200 on my books. You know, my mama looking out for me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got, I'm broke. I remember that. I start hustling. I buy some drugs in the prison. I start reselling it. Now at the time, they going like this. If you buy drugs, they go to the store, bro. We go to the store on Tuesday. I got you, bro. I get you the box of cigarettes. No, no. I get my drugs. I'm like, no, I don't move like that. It's COD, cash on delivery. I need the money right now. They like, bro, talk to your people, bro. That ain't how we do it, bro. Everybody know, bro. I'm good. My word is good. I said, your word good? He like, yeah. Okay, good. Go ball from your partner that know your word good. Give me my stuff and pay that nigga on Tuesday. So the word got out, bro. Whoever this new little nigga is, bro, he got drugs, bro, but he tripping. He don't take no credit, bro. He just want his money up front. So they end up going back and reporting me to the Bloods. So the Bloods end up having a meeting with me. They like, nigga, you got drugs, nigga? I'm like, why, nigga? He like, cause what you do, nigga, affect us. I'm like, nigga, what you doing evidently ain't affecting me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't putting me in, nigga. Niggas is smoking, niggas is making moves, but it ain't affecting me. Niggas ain't reporting to me, telling me, nigga, this is what we doing. So how what I'm doing affecting you, nigga? He said, because nigga, you could do some stuff and then it come back on us and we don't know what's going down. Okay, well, nigga, now you know it's going down, nigga. So this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm gonna keep doing.
They had no issues with that.
Of course they had issues, but the issue was, bro, what we gonna do? We gonna stab him because it looked like he'd stab us back. Was we gonna steal on him because it looked like he gonna fight too? He ain't backing down on no levels.
How much time do you do on that bid?
On that bid, I end up doing 9 years, 4 months off a 10-year bid.
You end up coming home, don't get your life together. You end up back in the game, back in prison, right?
I end up coming home. I actually become a boss. You know what I'm saying? I open up a weed spot, only drive through weed spot in Sacramento. I started to get in the weed game. It's moving hella slow though. It's making me about $2,000-3,000 a day, but I'm buying the weed, so I'm really only making a profit of probably 700-600 a day. You know what I mean? But my niggas is pimping. Now, when I left, we was drug dealers. When I came back, my nigga, he a pimp. So I'm watching the pimps, but I don't really like pimping. You know what I mean? It ain't really, it ain't resonating with me really. But I'm watching him though. He riding around in business. He got money. He pimping. So one day he talking shit. He talking smack to me, and I tell him, I said, man, bro, you hella boosie, bro. To be honest with you, all your money fit in your pocket. You're not a boss. You riding around, yeah, you got a biz, but you're broke. I don't want to be like that, bro. I need money. I need real money. And he said, oh, I'm boosie? Yeah, you boosie, bro. You're boosie. He like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gone. I like, well, okay, bye. All you pimps, all y'all hella boosie. So he called me the next morning. He said, yeah, man, I just wanted to call you and let you know a boosie pimp, you know what I'm saying, made $1,600 last night. I said, okay, all right, I see you. Call me the next morning. Yeah, I just wanted to call you and let you know a boosie pimp made $1,200 last night. I'm real good with numbers, right? So I'm like, damn, that's $2,700 in 2 days. So he don't call me the third day. So I call him. I say, why the boosie pimp didn't call me? He said, man, a boosie pimp didn't want to call you and tell you only made 900. So I'm like, bro, that's 3,600 in 3 days. I said, pimping ain't Boosie. What's Boosie is the niggas that's pimping. Because if I was getting that money, I'd be balling. That day I became a pimp.
That day you became a pimp. Do you end up getting jammed up for pimping?
Yeah. Pimping has been a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? I did probably 20 years or 10 years off of pimping in prison. I ain't never really been caught, but it's kind of an easy game to kind of get you on. I guess in Sacramento, they so vicious.
So you're in the pimping game. They send you to state prison for pimping?
They send you to state. They can send you to the feds. You can, if you cross state lines with a female, you can get white slavery. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the feds. You can get life for that. You mess with a girl underage, you can get life for that. You know what I mean? Don't play no games. Don't trust no females. If you're going to be a pimp, you better look at the ID. You better make sure she's above age if you're going to be in that game, because you can be crossed and you will lose your life forever. I done seen a lot of niggas leave and they never came back.
And I've seen people in federal prison with 30, 40 years for pimping.
Man, for sure. And they never come back. It's terrible. But it is terrible. It's terrible if you pimp on a minor. You know what I'm saying? She don't even know what she's doing right now. She's a minor. It's terrible if you have sex with a minor, any type of that. That's some pedophile shit. That's the type of shit. That's the type of stuff. Them the type of niggas you do not want to be ever in life, ever in prison, ever or doing anything. Your mindset cannot get to that level.
What were you just in the state for? You just did all that time. What was that charge for?
Pimping, messing with a boosie ass broad. She got on drugs. They start doing crystal. I wasn't aware of that crystal. I'm not a person that do drugs, so I don't be around dope things. I wasn't able to see the crystal because you can do it, and then it's gone. You could pour water on it and it disappear. Only way I could tell people do drugs, you know what I mean, is if they start acting weird and fidgety and their skin start breaking out. So when you in them phases where you can hide it good, you can fool me. And that day she was really high and I was trying to shake her. And she, by any means necessary, she was not about to allow me to shake her, and it just leveled up and leveled up and leveled up.
So what was your total sentence in the state just now for pimping? I want people to hear this.
17 years, 3 months. Yeah.
How much do you serve out of the 17 years and 3 months?
I ended up serving, I believe, 11 years, but I was supposed to serve 15 years, 4 months or something. 15 years, 3 months.
So some of the best years of your life, because you said what, you're 57 right now?
Yep.
Some of the best years of your life are gone, forever gone. You'll never get them back. They were spent in prison, right?
You can never get them back. But, I look at it like this. It's still your life. When you in prison, it's still my life. When I was in prison, I still figured out a way to make money. I still wrote 60 books. I self-published 34 of them while I was in prison. Your life don't stop in prison. Prison is really a college. To be a lawyer, you got to go to college for 8 years. To be a doctor, you got to go to college for 8 years. Prison is really very educational. it really teaches you a lot, especially if you're born in the ghetto, you're born under bad circumstances. You can learn a lot about body language. You can learn a lot about your mindset. You can change your direction.
You learn a lot of things, but boy, that freedom sure is valuable, isn't it?
Freedom is beautiful. Freedom is lovely, bro. Nothing compares to freedom. And when you allow somebody to be in the position to take your freedom, it means you're making very bad decisions.
We talked about people pimping young girls that ain't right. What about your perspective on women that are older? A lot of them are like you just talked about. They end up drug addicted. You ever feel bad about some of the shit you've done?
Of course. But I don't really consider I was a bad person. I don't really think my mindset was bad. I felt like my mindset was like this here, bro. What are you going to be? You're born poor. You know what I mean? You wanted to be a lawyer. First time you met a lawyer is when you was in trouble. So what you going to do? You going to sell drugs? You going to pimp? You going to be a burglar? You going to be a gangster? You going to kill, rob people? I feel like I made a choice. For women to sell sex, it was by choice. It was never by force. I didn't beat women. You know what I'm saying? I didn't smash them. I made their life better. I didn't turn them on to drugs. I was against drugs. I was anti-drugs. I actually, put women in cars, new homes. I made their life better because it was bad with what they was doing. Now, some of them wasn't bad, but the bottom line is women sell sex anyway all day. Now pimping is damn near played out, but the women are still selling sex. I've always felt the woman should have the choice if she wants to sell sex. It's her body.
Let me ask you this: like, I interviewed a bunch of them chicks on Figueroa Street, right? And some of them told me that they don't get none of the money, but they give it to their pimp or whatever, and he makes sure they got a place to stay and food to eat. So, some of them women would tell me that they didn't get none of the money. I mean, when you were out there pimping, how did it work?
Oh, for me, you know what I'm saying? It's probably the same way. I'm 100%er, but it's like this here. A woman, it's like when I meet a woman and she want to mess with me, and we talk about the money situation. She like, well, why I can't hold the money? The bottom line, I used to ask a woman, well, how much money do she got? What you mean? Like in my purse? No, period, in your life. If you've been living 21 years, how much money do you have? She might tell me, well, I got $185. Period, to your name. Okay, well, that means you're not a very good manager when it comes to money. If you've been living 21 years and you only got $185 to your name, I feel like a person should have $1,000 for at least each year that they've been born. And now I feel like it should be 2,000 because the economy then went up. So if you don't at least have that, you're not a very good person to manage the money. You know what I mean? So yeah, I manage the money and I make sure
Let me stop you. Hold on. Let me stop you. You're going to manage the money, or you're going to keep the money.
I'm gonna keep it and manage it because I'm gonna take care of her. You know, I'm gonna take over and give her a makeover. I'm gonna make life better. You want better clothes, better living, learn etiquettes, quit cussing, learn to have character. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not. You see, people might have a different perspective of a pimp. Pimps. It's bad. They got gorillas. Some pimps beat pimps, hoes. Some pimps dog them, don't do nothing for them. I do everything. They're a reflection of me. When I was pimping, I'm not a pimp no more.
You're done with it. Completely done.
Completely. Look at it totally different. I feel it's boozy. I feel it's slow money. I don't want no, even though people think it's fast money, I think it's slow. I don't want money in increments like that. I want it in WAPs. The only things I want in increments is the monies that's being put in that credit card, that's being sent through that financial institution that's going in my bank account. I don't want that little money from the street no more. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the mindset, a whole bunch of different women. I'm cool. Now I want a woman to love me. And I actually want to love a woman. I want to appreciate the woman of who she is now.
You lost many years of your life for pimping, you said, right?
Many.
Do you regret it now?
You can't live life with regrets. I'm happy that I'm still healthy. I'm 57, but I could still jump and do flips. I could still have sex. I ain't got no health issues. Just because they say you're 57, who made up that number? Who decided that you actually turn a year every time 12 months go by? I feel like for myself, I probably turn a year, you know what I'm saying, every time 15 months go by. So whoever created that, I don't even care. The bottom line is, how do you feel? You feel me? How do you feel? Life still, I'm still here living life, and I got to keep living.
What are you doing now with your life, brother?
What I'm doing now, I got me a dog grooming spot. It's called Puppy Love Borders. You know, I do grooming, I do borders. You know, you can drop your dog off at my spot, leave him for a week, 2 weeks, one night, 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? You can bring him in, he gonna get groomed up. You know, I got the little haircut spot. You can come get your haircut. I also got my books. You know, I told you I wrote 60 books when I was in prison. I got 34 self-published on Amazon. I got my music. I got my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel starting to pay me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get that, run them numbers up. And pretty much I believe in multiple income. I don't try to get rich off one product. All I try to do is make a profit. I make everything pay for itself. My car, I got it on Toro. I'm gonna rent it out every day for $50 a month, or $50 a day. It's gonna pay for itself and it's gonna give me a profit. You know what I'm saying? If I got a house, I'm out of town, I'm gonna put it on Airbnb. You're gonna rent it out, you're gonna pay for it. Everything needs to pay for itself. That's what I'm doing.
Well, that's what's up. Look, man, I'm gonna tell people, man,